Hello, people. Okay, so today's video is just me basically talking about what it was like to go through puberty as like physically male, but feeling as though you're supposed to be female, and obviously that's confusing and it was annoying as all hell, but whatever. Okay, so I hit puberty I think at around like I want to say it started at like 13, 14ish maybe. I think that's pretty normal. Oh my god, you guys, look at this dog. It has my bra. Oh my god, do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see the dog? It has my bra. And it just took it into its thing. But I don't like that bra, so I'm kind of just going to let it have it. Is that sad? No, that's a really crappy bra. I don't like it. Anyway, sorry. Back to the point. The point is that it posed a lot of curious problems because I was always very femininely shaped. I didn't masculinize like a lot of guys my age did. Thank God. I mean, I didn't really grow facial hair. I didn't, you know how when guys go through puberty, they get that triangle shape? I never got that. I'm kind of like, I mean, you guys have seen me in like bikinis and stuff. It's like, okay. It's like, I kind of curve out, luckily. I mean, it works for me now because obviously I realized I was transgendered and it just kind of came in handy. But, yeah, so puberty started and I hated it. I hated it, but I was mad that it wasn't happening at the same time. I just wanted so bad to be normal and like the other guys at school, and so it was hard for me because I would get made fun of for being small or for being so feminine. My voice is deeper now than it was, but back then it was even more feminine, and I think I have a pretty feminine voice. Um, okay, this is a good example. So, underarm hair. Okay. I didn't get that until, I mean, even girls have that, so, obviously that's normal, but I didn't get that until I was like, I want to say like 17, like it just didn't happen. And now I love it because I don't like grow a lot of underarm hair, thank goodness, so it's not a lot to shave. But at the time I loved it and hated it because I didn't want it, but I wanted to fit in, and I knew that something was wrong. I knew that, why wasn't I getting the same thing as every other guy? But like I said, looking back on it now, I'm so grateful that I didn't really go through a really harsh masculine puberty because it came in handy. But at the time, growing up trans is just really rough because you feel wrong and you don't know why you feel wrong, and you just get like upset, and it was horrible. I used to I'd be in my bedroom, and my bedroom was at the back of the house, and so I could hear someone coming down the hall because mine was like the last room in the house. And so I could hear someone coming. I would stand in front of my mirror and like lift up my shirt, but I would never show my chest, which I always thought was weird. I thought something was wrong with me because I always wanted to have a shirt on. I never wanted to take my shirt off. Like when I would cut the grass, my uncle would be like, "Take your shirt off. Why are you doing that?" And I was like, I'm fine. I don't want to take it off. And so I would tie my shirt up like this, just like that, so I could see my stomach. And I would like dance in my mirror, and I would pretend. But I just loved my shape. I loved that I had a feminine shape because, I mean, even at like, from age, when puberty started at like 13, 14 to age 18, I knew that I had a feminine body. I knew that because I knew what girls' bodies looked like, and I knew what boys' bodies looked like, and I knew that I fell into the more female side of the scale. And so, like my aunt, she would, love her to death. They don't talk to me anymore. But she would leave home, and I would like try on her wigs, and I could not, at the time, I could not explain why I was doing it. I didn't know, because I had locked it away for so long. Because when I lived with my mother, and this is going to be a long video, and I apologize, but I mean, I think it's interesting, actually. I'm into psychology. But when I lived with my mother was very supportive of me being very feminine. She would buy me dolls. She would let me, like, take my girls' clothes to school. Not clothes. That was where she drew the line. Like, I could dress up at home, but not at school. And so it wasn't that bad with her. Then when I went to live with my aunt and uncle because of welfare issues, because my mother had like a drug problem, and so I went to live with my aunt and uncle, and they're black, and not that it's because they're black that they did this, but they were very religious and very, no, you're a boy, you have to be like this, blah, blah. So they took like all my dolls, and basically I just clammed up. That was my reaction. I just kind of got quiet because I just didn't understand why they were doing it or why it was wrong. So I just clammed up. I just didn't talk a lot, and I stayed in my room, and I was basically a good little boy. But when she would leave, I was like, I locked it away. I didn't want to confront, like my mother when I was 5. Yes, I could write at 5. I know that's impressive. I wrote in my little, you remember the password journals, the pink and purple ones that you'd have to whisper like a password into it, and it would open on your voice? Yeah, they didn't work. They were crap. But I had one, and I had written in it that I wanted to be a girl, and my mother had found it, and I think I've told you guys that before, and she found it, and it really upset her because she didn't know how to handle it. You know, she did not expect her child to have this issue, and so she just didn't know what to do. She handled it as best she could. I have to give her that. Also, when I want to say 8, I'll never forget this dream. I had a dream that I was getting married, but I was the bride. I still remember the dress I had on. I remember my hair was like really long, and I looked really pretty. And like I don't remember the groom's face because I don't think he was that important. I just remember being freaked out for like weeks afterwards because I didn't know what it meant, and I was scared to tell anyone. And yeah, look at me now. I probably will end up getting married in a wedding dress. Well, if I get married, I'll definitely get married in a wedding dress. But so yeah, when I went with my aunt and uncle, they just stopped all of it, and it just shook me. I didn't know how to handle it, and so I just, like I said, I clammed up. And then when puberty hit, things started to get weird, and I couldn't explain it. Like, I would get out of the shower and put on my towel. Like, I would cover my chest, which is weird because boys would usually cover just their waist, but I would always cover my chest and, like, tie it, and I would, like, tighten it at my waist, and I would pretend that I had on a dress. And I would just look in the mirror for about 10 minutes, and then I would snap out of it and be like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, you can't do this. This isn't right. Something is wrong. Yeah, and I honestly didn't come to the conclusion that I was trans until after I joined the military. That's when my self-confidence really picked up. Because if you make it through basic military training, your self-confidence will go up. It's just going to happen because you made it through, like, hell. I mean, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be, but, I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy by any means. So, yeah, when I realized I was trans, a lot of things that, awkward stages, but a lot of things that didn't make sense before made sense, and I just kind of took the necessary steps to fix myself. Not that there's anything wrong with me, but, you know, being transgendered, you want to be as feminine as you can and be accepted as female, and so I took the necessary steps to start that process. Not as soon as I joined the military, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize it until after my deployment, because I got deployed, and when I was home, like in the States, I was like really feminine. I would dress in girls' clothes, but not completely in phase and all that stuff, and like, so I was like, oh, I can handle this, I don't have to be a girl, I don't have to be a girl. But it was eating at me. And then I got deployed. And on deployment, rules are different. And so we all had to wear the same thing. So I couldn't express my femininity at all. Like, literally. Couldn't do anything. I couldn't wear foundation. I couldn't have my belly ring in. I had to take it out. I couldn't, like, it was just a lot. And it, like, really fucked with my head. And I got really depressed and, like, suicidal. And I was like, okay, you need to transition because obviously if someone's taking away the fact that you can't wear makeup, if the fact that you can't wear makeup is bothering you this much, and the fact that people are seeing you looking like a boy is bothering you this much, then obviously you need to do something different. So I did. I got out of the military, and yeah, that's pretty much my story. That was all over the place, and I kind of strayed from the topic of puberty, but puberty sucked, basically. But I know it's a lot worse for a lot of other trans girls, so I try not to focus on how bad it was because I didn't get the worst of it. I could have been much more masculine. It could have just been really bad. So just always keep in mind that someone has it worse than you. I mean, there's always going to be someone prettier, but there's always going to be someone who's not as pretty. Do you know what I mean? So you can't really dwell on it. I try not to dwell on it. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. This is the body you have. You need to work with what you got. You know. And oh my gosh, I looked at a video, you guys, and this is off topic, but I was like playing with my hair and looking at it. I watched a video, and I'll try to put the link in the description box. And it was 4 months ago. It was June 17th when I was making a video. I wasn't in this house. I was me and my roommate from a different house, and my hair was literally like I'm not gonna slick it back because then I'll look gross. But it was like super short, like. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I don't know how this grew in 4 months because hair is supposed to grow at like 0.5 inches a month, and I'm pretty sure this has grown more than 0.5 inches in 4 months because when I straighten it, it's like it's ugly because it's awkward length, but it's like and I don't straighten my hair because I think it's really bad for it. But it's like past my ears, like right past my ears. And it was like up here. So I don't know. I guess the vitamins I'm taking help. But I'm just like really thankful, and I hope it keeps up this pace. 4 more months, my hair grows out, so it doesn't grow down. I don't think it'll start growing down until it gets heavy enough to weigh itself down. So we'll see. We will see. The perks of being half black. I love it. I like my hair. I don't want straight hair. But I do want curls that hang down. I want them to, you know, lay. Also, while I'm looking at it, because like this shirt really shows off my boobs, kind of, I'll show you guys where they're at. This is my favorite bra. It's the most comfortable one I own, And as you can see, they're there. They're I don't know if maybe if I turn to the side, you can see that I fill out the cup, like that's my breast tissue right there. I'm an A cup. Oh wow, I'm so pale. Like you can see my fingerprints on myself. But yeah, this is an A cup bra. It is a push-up bra, so I'm not claiming that this is all me up in here. But I fill out the cup, which I'm proud of, and they hurt still, like right behind the nipple, which is right. Where's my nipple? It's like right there, and hurts really bad. And there's like a big knot behind it, which is what happened when they first appeared, when these little ones appeared. So I'm guessing they're going to increase in size pretty soon. So I'm pretty excited. So yeah, sorry this is a long video, and it was about a bunch of things, but I'm going to go make myself dinner and get ready to watch the new episode of New Girl. And I hope everyone's having a great night, and I'll talk to you all really soon.